Okay, I want to welcome everybody. My name is Karl Schilling, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Advocacy Network. I want to thank you so much for spending your valuable time here with me today. And today, I wanted to speak to you about a certain amount of positioning. So, here at the Advocacy Network, just to give you an idea of what we do, we are in the business of helping people eliminate all forms of financial victimization. We do that through creating awareness, providing financial literacy education, which is always free through workshops. And lastly, and most importantly for you, is we help people attain financial independence. Now, all of this is done to date. We've saved people over $8 million. Now, what we do is to uniquely position our message. It's a message of helping people become aware of that which they're unaware of, and then providing a solution that leads to everything else you want to do. So ultimately, you get paid to prospect, you create unlimited referrals in this system, and at the end of the day, you exponentially grow your life business. So I wanted to start from there and give you an idea of how our messaging begins. Now, what we bring to people is a very, very specific, simple solution, which opens the door to sell life insurance and other things. In our platform at the Advocacy Network, we help financial professionals like yourself become financial concierges. Now, that is not a position. It's not about the position the company you represent or even the products that you use. What it's about is the positioning of your message and how your message is uniquely platformed to help people find a solution which they are unaware of, and then they become very, very satisfied and pleased and move on to everything else that you offer. In essence, you become a concierge. So here's the normal condition that people are presently in. They work, they earn, they spend, they borrow, and they pay. Now, the work, earn, spend cycle is what a lot of people talk about, but the borrow and the pay cycle is not so much open to discussion. This is where the great conundrum comes in, because we live in the richest nation in the world, and yet at the same time, we have the highest level of financial illiteracy in the world. And that leads to this very, very specific situation that's existed for 100 years or so now. 95% of all the people in our society who reach 65 and older into that wonderful fourth quarter of life, they are either dead broke, or financially dependent. Now, this is not my opinion. These are statistical facts that come directly from the government all the time. It's happened for close to 100 years. Now, the best scenario people end up in is financially dependent. So what our message is all about is how to attain financial independence. Now, let's define financial dependence. It means people are relying upon loved ones, they're relying upon social networks, agencies, organizations, institutions, churches, and at worst, they are totally dependent upon the government. Now, that's the normal condition, and it all comes because they lose future dollars because they don't realize that every dollar they borrow is their own dollar that they bring forward from their future self. So they bring future income that they have not yet earned yet into the present. And by so doing, they pay a penalty, and that penalty is called interest. And there's only two things people can do with money: is they're either going to earn interest or they're going to pay interest. And sadly, the 95% pay interest through their entire lifetime. So they continue to lose dollars into the future, have no opportunity to basically accumulate wealth. Now, let's look at the preferred condition and what the 5% do that's different. Now, the 5%, it's not a matter of they earn more income or they're higher educated or they got luckier or they know more people. Those are not the situations, okay? The situations are pretty simple. They have learned to stop losing future dollars. They pay interest for the least amount of time possible and then get to the point where their money earns money. It's a sound money principle. Money earns money. Those who get to the point where they have money working for them are people who reach financial independence. So they work, they earn, they spend, they borrow, just like everybody else, but they take a first step. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. We have a very simple first step solution to financial independence. Now, we make our message to people so they understand that financial independence is a journey. Financial independence is not what most people seem to think it is. It's not one product. It's not one solution. It's not one size fits all. It's a journey. And as a financial concierge, you basically become their Sherpa. You're their guide. And as that guide, you have the opportunity to provide financial solutions to them over a lifetime. That's going to exponentially grow your opportunity to sell more insurance and other financial solutions. So that first step process for us is a simple money management software. Now, that software is called Prospero. It's been around a long time in the past. And Prospero, by the way, was something that was brought onto the marketplace, prior to 2000. And the company that originally brought out that software became a $500 million sales organization. And they were selling Prospero for $3,500 one-time single payment. Okay, now Trivesta has come along. And again, Trivesta is simply a strategic alliance with us at the Advocacy Network. If you remember, I mentioned earlier, we are in this to help people avoid financial victimization, not create it. So we do all the due diligence, the background, and the search. We make sure that any strategic alliance we provide through Advocacy is a safe harbor. Trivesta is. Now, Trivesta has offered Prospero, and the only way to get that software presently is through the Trivesta operation. So that's what we strategically align. Now, it's a simple money management software that allows people to redistribute and reallocate what they do. So here's the problem. The most prevalent financial victimization we have in our society today is amortization. Every average American is being robbed of the opportunity for financial independence. The reason for this is that their interest payments consume the dollars which they could be using to create financial independence. They pay interest for well too long. They buy a car, they pay interest. They buy a home, they pay interest. They end up going to college, they pay interest. Okay, credit cards, they pay interest for a lifetime. The issue is people are not familiar with all of these losses. People are very unaware of this. Even people at higher income arenas are very unaware of this. But certainly in the middle class, which represents about 128 million people, we have this mass market that we can help reach financial independence. And that's what we do. We're not fighting for the doctors, the dentists, the lawyers, and such. We have a unique message which we are able to create high-level clients through the middle class. No one is down there in that pond. You have limited competition, if any. Now, all these people are simply doing is compounding their losses. But through Prospero, the money management software, they will be on a fully automated system that will help them save these future dollars that can be redirected to their wealth accumulation for financial independence. And I will show you directly in this presentation as well how to sell a life insurance policy immediately upon impact of this. So there's no waiting, okay? It's a simple redistribution. We're just asking people to use their money differently. We're not asking them to use more, find more, create more. We're just asking them to use their money differently. So all Prospero is going to do is it's a software. It's going to work for them. They follow directions. They'll save interest payments, and they put those savings to work, okay? Their money will start earning money. But if they stay on the status quo, all that's going to happen is you're going to find that they will pay bills, be great citizens. They will pay interest through their entire lifetime, thereby having no dollars to accumulate wealth with. And they will continue to lose money in that vicious cycle. The best they'll have is to become financially dependent. And really, the message to them is pretty simple. Their money is simply earning money for the banks, the merchants, and the credit card companies. That's all they're doing. They're helping them get rich on their dollars. Let's look at some averages just so you don't have any guesswork. On your left, you'll see those are averages from the use of Prospero for people who've already used it and already been successful with it. But I want you to look at the bottom line. The bottom line down here mentions discretionary income. I'm going to come back to that in a second, but you're going to know how much discretionary income is available. Now, on average, these people saved over $102,000 over their debt cycle lifetimes, okay? So over here, you can look at the savings and the timelines, and those are projected for them to be able to save money into the future. Now, one other key issue for you is that Prospero also had won the Entrepreneur of the Year award with Ernst & Young back when it was with this other company who I told you was a $500 million sales organization. Now, Ernst and Young would never put their label on something unless they felt that it was really a strong, strong winner. Okay, so the software works. There's never been an excuse or a problem with that. Now, one of the other key issues for you, and I'm going to get to the point here where I'm going to show you how to get paid to prospect, how to create unlimited referrals, and where the life insurance sale comes. But one of the key issues is the ability to have a tool that overcomes almost all objections. Now, basically, through Trivesta, there is a 6-month money-back guarantee. So anyone who's objecting over any issue, they simply have to use the software for 6 months. At the end of 6 months, if they haven't doubled in savings what they paid into the service, they get all their money back. So if you look at the bottom, it's no risk, and refer 3 and get yours free. And that is where I'm going to show you now where the unlimited referrals come from. Okay? Follow through with me on this. I have been around 37 years, give or take, in the sales industries. Over 15 to 17 of those were spent directly in the life insurance business. But financial services, also, I was a Merrill Lynch broker for a while. And then also I worked in the financial sales services, sales management and sales training, as well as the investor relations world. Okay. Written several books. I have never seen where I could make one sale and it would equal to unlimited referrals. And here's how it works. Basically, let's take Prospect Bob. And Bob has taken a membership, and he's got Prospero. And you say, hey, Bob, you made a great decision here today. As I mentioned, you're taking the first step towards financial independence on the journey to financial independence, which I'm going to be with you every step of the way. This is not going to make you financially independent by itself, Bob. We have a lot of work to do. However, this first step will take you in that direction. Now, let me ask you, Bob, if I could eliminate the payment for Prospero, would you be interested? Well, of course, you're monetizing him for referrals here. You're incentivizing him with monetization. You're not incentivizing him because you're a nice guy, you did a great job, you're a nice gal, they love your service, they're going to invite their friends. No, you're actually offering a monetization here. So that incentive is pretty strong. So Bob's going to say, sure, I would love to do that. Say, okay, Bob, in order for me to help you, I need you to help me. I need you to give me the names, numbers, and emails of 10 people you know. Listen, Bob, don't prejudge them. Don't determine early whether you think they need it, they could use it, or they will use it. Just give me those 10 names, numbers, and emails, and I'm going to do exactly what I did with you, Bob. I'm going to approach them. I'm going to show them the first step to financial independence. And when 3 of them do what you did and take advantage of this, then yours is going to be free, Bob. Now, when I free up that payment, I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you another solution that needs to be put into your journey towards financial independence. By the way, that's the life insurance sale, okay? So in this sales cycle, Bob gives me 10 referrals. I got to make 3 sales for Bob because I got to get him for free. Those 3 people give me 10 referrals. That's 30 referrals. That equates to 9 more sales. 9 more sales is 90 referrals, 27 sales, 270 referrals. You get the idea, hopefully. So you can see how this is a perfect exponential sales and referral platform. Now, each of those additional sales will turn into a life sale as well. So you're looking at a life insurance sale, by the way, which is the premium dollars that you freed up from Bob from the monthly payments that were going into Prospero. So I really have to ask you today, how do you feel about having 100% referral practice? Okay. Now, within there, you also have to have a cross-sell process, which we give you. Everything we provide at the Advocacy Network for you is totally free. The only scenarios that we're even talking to you about is because you have to become an advocate in the Trivesta system to use this solution. That's the only area where we are talking to you about any kind of financial outpour by you at all. So everything else, the training, development, everything we do at Advocacy is all the strategic alliances, they're yours, okay? But I want to show you that the cross-sell is so important because we sell life insurance not in a direct fashion. We sell it in a by-the-way fashion. If you're with me here today, you have any experience, I'm going to tell you something I know you already know. People don't want life insurance. People are not interested in discussing life insurance. There's no reason to trick them into discussing it. All we have to do is follow a certain message making people aware of something they're unaware of, and then provide all the financial solutions they need. Now, this will also increase your client retention dramatically. So, studies have shown consistently that when you have 5 or more lines of business or 5 or more transactions in a relationship, you have a 90% retention for 7 years. That's a long retention. Now, I'm going to show you what that means to the lifetime value of a client. So here's the cross-sell opportunity. I mentioned to you about where the life insurance sale comes. The life insurance sale will come directly off of the 3 free, where you freed up those dollars, but it will also be identified in discretionary income if there is more available. You don't have to go searching. You don't have to have people lie to you. You don't have to go digging and mining. The software shows you where the discretionary income is. If they have it, it's going to be there. And when you make your proposals for life insurance, you're going to be able to identify using that discretionary income if it exists. And then you're also going to be able to use all your other tools in life insurance, tax-free income, retirement planning. We do a lot of infinite banking concepts here for middle-class people. That's something we will share with you in the future if you come on board with us. We have something called the Middle-Class Millionaire Plan. I just wrote a new book on it. It's an infinite banking concept for middle-class people, not ultra net worth, high net worth, wealthy people. It's infinite banking where we show people where they can find the income to do an infinite banking plan, a true infinite banking plan. So we are going to increase your core planning practice. Now, all the strategic alliances that I have built are available for all our financial concierges. Again, it's not a position, it's not a label, it's a positioning. It's simply how you are going to present yourself. As a financial concierge, you get the chance to present yourself to people by saying to them, your best interest is my only concern, and really mean it, because you are a partner moving towards financial independence. So let's look at this little pathway, just so you understand. Now, the software itself will also take information from IUL or whole life policies, so you can plug them into the system so people can see how that's impacting everything that Prospero is having them do in the future. Okay, but your whole step, your message starts with the first step to financial independence. All you're discussing is financial independence. Basically, you then kind of transition to the 3 free. Why would they want to eliminate that payment? Then you transition to life insurance through either discretionary income plus the 3 free. The money's usually it's minimum, it's $70 a month, and then you're on to your life planning, and then from there you're on to your financial concierge planning, which is everything else we do beyond just that one life case. Okay, so by becoming an advocate, really what you're doing, and the advocate is part of the Trivesta system. By becoming an advocate, you're helping others break this cycle. You're creating residual income for yourself. You're getting paid to prospect. That's that residual income. At the same time, you're creating unlimited referrals. I believe I showed you that, and it works. Okay, so unlimited referrals. Prospero is always free. The choice is always going to be yours and how you want to grow. We presently are looking for agency builders. We want you to build other agents as well, but this is very client-centric. So you can build either a client base, or you can build an agent base, or you could build both. You could have a dual situation, because all we do is you get a little website, and then we tell people basically, go out, see the testimonials, because they're people just like you. They're people from your financial world. They're people who you work with, people who you socialize with. They have the same socioeconomic profiles as you, and basically listen to what they've done. Listen to why Prospero's made such a difference in their life. Then there's a calculator. Do me a favor. Take that calculator, give it a little bit of specific information, not too much. It's not as in-depth as the software, but it will give you a rough idea on how much you're going to save. And oh yeah, by the way, if you need more information, we have a webinar. I do a webinar every Thursday evening for all of the prospective clients you want to talk with, okay? I usually do all the work for you. So basically, you are on an introductory pathway here. Plus, you have to go back and get the referrals, but I can set the table for you, all right? Now, that is our tool to open the door with. That's our message on financial independence. So let me show you our game plan. because Trivesta is just simply a tool that we use, Prospero. But our approach is totally unique. Our approach is discussing financial victimization. People don't want to talk about life insurance. They don't want to talk about business planning, but they do want to talk about things that affect them directly and they're not aware of, such as financial victimization. And one of the greatest financial victimizations is amortization, which leads to a debt discussion. It leads to the ability to talk to them about stop compounding their losses by taking the first step in financial independence, which is Prospero. That leads further into the financial concierge discussion, where you're able to talk to people about growing in their financial independence. Financial literacy is an important part of it. You can do workshops if you want to. You can just provide them financial literacy, but those are all the cross-sell opportunities. That's where more life insurance comes into place. It's where retirement planning comes into place. It's where everything that you could possibly do with a client long-term starts to build in. We have something called the retireless system. That's okay. You can use it or not use it. It's exclusive to us, but it gives you another upsell opportunity on top of your cross sells. And then lastly, you have our strategic alliances by being the financial concierge positioning that we're giving you. Now, this is going to increase your lifetime value of a client to $25,000 to $50,000. I want to repeat that because most people in our industry have no idea what the lifetime value of a client means, what it is, or why it's even important. They think it's for other industries and other businesses. They think it's a retail thing. It's not. The lifetime value of a client exists in any kind of business. There's only 3 ways to grow your business. Okay? You can grow your business exponentially by using 3 methods, or you can grow your business linearly by just getting more clients and doing one transaction, being totally transactional. Over 90% of our industry is transactional. That's all people do. They grow linearly. They have a very low lifetime value of a client because it's a linear equation. They need more and more and more people, okay? If you build the lifetime value of a client and you grow exponentially by increasing clients, increasing volume per transaction with a client, and then also increasing the frequency of transactions with a client, you grow exponentially. When you grow exponentially, you greatly increase the lifetime value of a client, and that allows you to have a 7-figure income. Do the math. $25,000 to $50,000 per client. How many of them do you need to create a 7-figure annual income? It's a simple equation. So I mentioned to you that we have a webinar every Thursday evening. Okay. People can come to the webinar. Now, this is for the public. We also do webinars every Tuesday and Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. for agents. You can invite other agents. You can build your agency through the webinars that we provide on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, okay? We always do a weekly educational webinar every Wednesday afternoon as well for all the people in our system. Basically, these webinars are very quick. They're very quick and to the point. They're not long, even like today's. It's not long. It's not draggy. I try to make it very quick, upbeat, and try to make sure that people just understand what they're in for and how it would work. We don't ask you to change anything you're doing right now. We're not asking you to give up what you're doing, where you're going, what you're doing. We're just asking you to simply identify a different way to take a message, and then from a new messaging platform, we show you all the ways to exponentially grow your business. It's a simple solution, but it's a one discussion about financial independence. Everything we discuss is financial independence. Now, you can go out to trivesta.com/IWX, and I'm going to show you the call to action in a second, and that's where you can go, and you can register directly there, or you can call me, okay? But here's the scenario. All right. Please forgive my dogs. I just got the pool man in. That's nice, huh? So here's the situation for you as an advocate, okay? The Prospero Advocate membership is a $300 one-time setup. That's it. That includes your first month. That's all you come out of pocket with. You buy no leads, 0 lead cost. Some of you already pay $300 a week for leads, okay? There's 0 marketing costs in our system. $300 one-time setup. There's a $69.95 a month ongoing, but that goes away with the first 3 sales, as I mentioned, because 3 is free. You're left with a $24.95 monthly admin. That's it. So basically, you can build a 7-figure income with us overnight. No, it takes time. but yet we have a direct solution that will provide for you a unique way to get paid to prospect, create unlimited referrals, and it will always, always exponentially grow your life business. So I will take, I know, I'm sorry about the dogs barking. That's really kind of annoying, but I will take just real briefly, if there's any questions whatsoever. I usually like to close out with none, but you can reach me, Karl Schilling, at 321-947-3220. See down there on the bottom. You can email me at kschilling@theadvocacynet.com. Once again, let me go back and show you where you can also go directly right here, www.trivesta.com/IWX. Okay. There you can watch the testimonials, and you can also complete the calculator, which I would highly recommend you do yourself as well. Okay. But any specific questions that you may have on how we do what we do, how we can help you do what we do, and how you maintain your independence, please call me. Again, 321-947-3220. So I'd like to thank you so much for your time today. I'd like to thank you for the value of it. I know how important it is. I know that if you truly, truly desire to build yourself a very huge income in what we do, we have the ability to change people's lives. We have the responsibility to change people's lives, but we do so by making them aware of something they are unaware of. We don't have to bang down the doors. We don't have to beat people up. We don't have to take a lot of rejection, because we simply talk to people about things that they're willing to discuss because they're unaware of them. Okay. And that allows us to get paid to prospect, create unlimited referrals, and then at the same time, exponentially grow your life business. Okay. Again, I'm Karl Schilling. I want to thank you so much for your time today. Have a wonderful day, and let's speak real soon. I will follow up with each one of you individually. Have a wonderful day. Take care.